Hare Krishna. It's a pleasure to be here today to address you all. Since one of the major themes, of course the major theme is to please chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. However, to create a fertile ground for that chanting, there are certain spiritual values that were enunciated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna, who appeared 500 years ago as his own devotee. So he gave us in writing a very short 8 verses, and one of those verses is said to be the garland that we should wear around our necks for spiritual success and for spiritual evolution. And those 4 principles are humility, tolerance, respect for others, and not desiring personal recognition. So the first principle was illustrated by Arjuna by fighting in the battle of Kurukshetra and killing thousands of soldiers. That doesn't seem to be a demonstration of humility, but because he did it for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord and the desire for the Supreme Lord, it became one of the greatest manifestations of humility. As far as tolerance, I was just thinking of one story where a family had a small baby and they had to go out, so they procured a mongoose to protect their child from snakes. They went out, they came back, and when they came back, they saw blood all over the floor and on the mouth of the mongoose. So the mother, in desperation, thinking the mongoose had killed her child, killed it with a heavy object, only to walk into the next room and find her child smiling and a dead cobra. Lack of tolerance created a very distasteful situation. And then respecting others. There was a great king in ancient Vedic times, King Rantidev, who was visited as a test from some of the greatest demigods, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, who disguised themselves as a Brahman, as a Shudra, as a Chandal. And respectively, King Rantidev offered them all of his food and all of his drink, willing to even die, to show that respect for every living being. And the last quality is not desiring recognition. So in our quiz that was in the beginning of the program, there was a mention of Bharat, the brother of Ram. So when Ram went away, Bharat was given the position of the king, but he chose to live outside of Ayodhya and wait for his brother. Instead of wanting personal recognition, he wanted to recognize the greatness of his brother. Of course, his brother was very great. So these 4 cardinal principles are very, very important for everyone, and especially young people. If we're trying to instill within modern society the values that are so lacking in a society that promotes greed, unnecessary ambition, and so many other qualities that don't lead us to spiritual success, because by spiritual success, Krishna says, I am the source. Everything, all success comes from Krishna. And that success we will achieve by chanting the holy name of Krishna, and that chanting will become supremely successful if we try to imbibe these wonderful spiritual principles given by the Lord Himself as the key to success in spiritual life. So thank you very much for pursuing these values and all your values. Hare Krishna.